Morning all, Richard Samala from Evolved Baits, and you join me on another cold spring morning. So those of you who've been following some of the features I've been doing lately will know I've been fishing the soil a lot, really experimenting with our Terre de Somme, Terre de Riviere range. And I've done a feature for Match Fishing magazine, which will hopefully come out in May, so more of the soils later. But I've decided to step away from that today and come and do something completely different. Now, this time of year, I would normally be in Ireland, fishing the festivals and fishing the long range distance feeder. So I thought, can't go to Ireland, so let's come and practice the distance feeder. The beauty of today is I'm going to talk about the setup and the rods in a second, but I'm going to be experimenting with some different mixes today. So I'm going to use a little bit of my trusted skimmer and F1 mix from Evolved, but I'm also going to use some of the green betaine. Now, I've never used this ground bait before. Yes, it's probably predominantly associated with carp fishing and commercials, but there's no reason why it shouldn't work on a skimmer venue. The other thing I'm going to be playing around with today is the one part of our additives range, our amino additive range. I'm just going to mix that in with the loose offerings, the dead maggot, and a little bit into the ground bait, and we'll see how we get on with that. So over to the setup. So the setup for my distance feeder fishing then, very simple setup. So on my trusted acolyte distance feeder, that's 13 foot from the Drunnen range. I'm fishing a big sort of series Daiwa reel castism, and I've got nanofill on it. So I've got 0.10 nanofill, and then I've got around about 2 meters of shock leader. Personally, I use the Tuvatini Gorilla feeder line, an excellent line for feeder. And I've got that, I think, in 0.20, so I don't know, that's probably about £8. The setup, very, very simple. There's quite a deep lake here, about 12 foot. Just got a standard twizzle boom, a stot and some stops. I've currently got it about 12, 14 inches. As I said, I'm going to be fishing the distance feeder, so I've elected to fish some window feeders. Personally, I'm using the Guru, and I've started on 30 grams with a 2-ounce tip. So I've plumbed up and I've elected to fish at 55 meters today. Again, good bit of practice to get my eye back in. So I'm just going to mix my ground bait up then we'll talk through the bait, and we'll get some fishing and hopefully get some pictures of me catching some fish. So start the session then, ground bait mixed up. As you can see, a lovely, lovely green colour. Add a little bit of the one carp formula from our additions range into it. I'm going to put a few little munchies in, and then all I'm going to do is add a little bit of dead maggot, and primarily fish the dead maggot on the hook. So Guru do some bait up window feeders. I'm just going to put 6 to 8 of these in. As I said, at 55 meters, just get that better feed down, and then start fishing. So I'm 10 minutes in. It's fair to say I've had a cracking start. I've had a first bream after 3 minutes, around about £2 to £3, and then went straight back in, and within about 20 seconds had another one. So cracking start. Third cast now, and let's see if I can get another bite, but way more than I expected. So really pleased. So back with me, I'm about an hour in now, and I've had 8 fish, so a reasonable start to the session. I've had 4 what I call sort of skimmers slash bream, you know, they're 2 to 3 pound, and then I've had 4 little skimmers. I'm catching on the double maggot. What I'm noticing is I'm getting a lot of weed on the hook, so I'm obviously on a bit of a weed bed out there, and the fish are obviously happy to be in amongst that weed. So what I've done is I've floated off some maggots, and I'm getting the bites on the floating maggot now. I'm fishing double maggot. I've got the odd one on triple maggot, and what I'm noticing, which is very typical at this venue, again, is you've really got to work the bait. If you don't have a bite after about a minute and a half, just lifting the rod, you know, lifting the feeder off the bottom, maybe dragging it 10 centimeters, and normally you'll get a bite then within about 5 seconds. Do that, you know, you don't get a bite straight away. Do that once, twice, 3 times within the area of a swim, and that's certainly productive for the bites. But the bites are absolutely tiny. They're just tiny little knocks, really, and you know, they're certainly not pulling the rod right round. I'm on, like I said, I'm on the braid, so I'm seeing the bites quite nicely. Missed 1 or 2 bites, but not missed a lot of bites. But yeah, reasonably productive start. So on the stopwatch, that's 2.5 minutes. So I'm just going to lift the rod, maybe pull it, I said 10, maybe 15 centimeters. See if that can generate the bite. So back with me, I'm 3 hours in and approaching the end of my short session, and yeah, it's been a really good day. I've had 20 bream and skimmers. They've gone, the skimmers have probably gone maybe 8 ounce, 12 ounce, and the bream have averaged probably about 2 pounds. So yeah, a really nice day. So really pleased. Came here to do a little bit of fishing, not a massive distance, but you know, 55. Oh, there we go, fish on there. Just the camera. Distance feeder fishing, and as I said, really excited that I've tried out 2 new baits. So used the one from our amino liquid range, and the green butane with F1 and skimmers. So really lovely day, and really pleased despite the sunshine. You know, bright sunshine now, a little bit colder on, but it's lovely and warm now. Love catching on a new product, so another confidence boost from our Fantastics range at Evolve. So probably call it a day after this fish. Go and pull it out of the water. Probably knowing me, the phone's probably going to die, but I'll try and get a picture of myself bringing them out of the water, and if not, a catch shot at the end. Just focus on getting this one in. So most of these fish have come to double maggot, soaked in the one liquid. They're not a massive fish here, but pleasant to catch nonetheless. Lovely end to a lovely day. So I think, without further ado, let's get the fish out and let's see what we got.